Okay, it is already 7:50. Yeah, so that's okay. We are going to start this session. But before we are going to start, Miss Novalia Sinambela, I want you to upload your link, your original video before you upload it to YouTube, so I can upload it in our channel. Yeah, Miss Novalia, and then also the rest of you guys that already uploaded to YouTube channel. Okay, and Miss Rusty. Hello, Miss Rusty.
Hello, Mr. I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
Where should I share the link, sir?
You're gonna upload it to your practice one, to the first teaching practice link.
Practice one?
Yeah, your video.
I already upload to LMS, sir.
Yeah, you can re-upload it, a new one. I mean, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and then the rest of you guys, 2 or 3 students that you guys not even giving me the access, yeah, to open up your guys video. How that I can give you guys score if you're not giving me the access to open up your video? Yeah, it's Miss Miss Helena, and then Miss Nurmasliha, if I'm not mistaken. You're still closing the access to view the video. Yeah, so you're gonna open the access so we can watch the video, and then we can give you the score. Yeah, when
I'm
I
sorry,
try,
sir.
yeah, when
I'll try to open it.
Okay, when I try to compare it with the rest of the group from B, C, and then D, some of your friends, they're conducting a video recording without no license. Yeah, so we can see the name of the apps of the video applications like Filmora, and then some kind of video editing apps. Yeah, and then I do expect from this group, the first group, you guys gonna use on.
Oh, it's off.
Oh, so it's mean that kita upload di LMS itu bentuk video ya, Bapak Ibu ya, bukan
Iya.
link YouTube ya.
Yang
I see.
enggak di LMS link, tapi
link
yang
YouTube. Oh,
tapi
saya
kalau
link YouTube, sir.
yang drive itu yang dari Mas Rangga itu YouTube murni. Gitu.
Video murni.
Iya,
Okay.
yang itu info saya dari Pak Bisa waktu itu ngasih tahu.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I got trouble with my earphone. I hope. Okay, that will be the update. Yeah, and then I'm still looking at your guys' comment and then feedback, especially the first video we got Miss Resty. No student of yours, no your fellow teacher giving a comment on it. Yeah. Because that will be one of the criteria that I'm gonna make to give you guys score for it. Okay, Miss Resty and the rest of you guys. Yeah, and come on, Mr. Hildes, you will lead us to start the session of the day, please.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today we would like to start our Zoom meeting with a praying. Okay. Auzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli wa zidni 'ilman warzuqni fahman. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Okay, should we make as usual salam PPG, Mr. Sofyan?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna do salam PPG, and then next it will be the ice breaking.
Okay.
Come on.
We would like to the next activity, salam PPG, maybe Mrs. Nova, yeah? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. And the next ice breaking, maybe Mrs. Nur Maslihah. Yeah. with a simple ice breaking, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now it's your turn, Mrs. Novalia Sinambela. Salam PPG.
Okay, thank you, sir. Everybody, can you unmute now? We want to say PPG greetings. Okay, Miss Rona, Miss Nurhaida, Miss Musdalifah, Miss Nurmasliha. Can you unmute right now? Okay, get ready everyone. Salam PPG Indonesia. Senyum.
Salam PPG Indonesia.
Salam. Sapa. Semangat. Sukses. Surga. Okay, thank you everyone.
Okay, wait
Thank you,
a
Mr.
second.
Hilda.
It
Yes.
seems like Miss Novalia, you need to look at your note to lead us. Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
how long that we are conducting.
She forgets.
I gotcha.
She forgets.
Okay,
Yes,
repeat it.
Okay.
And then when you guys mention semangat, it's not a semangat.
Okay.
Semangat, it should be like this one.
Okay,
Come on, repeat
yes.
it, please.
Yeah. Okay, Bapak Ibu, keep spirit everyone. Salam PPG Indonesia.
Senyum.
Salam. Sapa.
Repeat it. No.
Salah lagi.
Okay. Once more, Mrs.
We don't
Nova.
have English. Sorry, we don't have meeting for a while, so I forgot.
Okay, come on, repeat it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, once more ya. 1, 2, 3. Salam PPG Indonesia.
Salam PPG Indonesia.
Salam PPG Indonesia. Senyum.
Salam.
Sapa.
Semangat. Sukses. Surga. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Novalia. I hope next time you're going to lead us with that help, yeah, because it seems like you're forgetting our routine. And that was our magical, what is it? Magical
words.
Yeah. Okay, come on, next. Who will be the one going to lead us to do the speaking? Miss Nurmaslia, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. And then for today, I just want to ask you to do the ice breaking, and this is related with this video. I will share it first. Okay, is that clear? Yes, can you see my video?
Yes, can.
Yes.
Okay. This is the ice breaking for today. So, I will play it once, yeah. And please pay attention. After that, we will do it together. Okay.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder, bowed it down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Okay, so is that clear enough for the gesture? It will be train your focus, yeah. It makes you focus with this gesture and also with the music. Okay. Now, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Let's start the first time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, start.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder, bowed it down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Okay, saya sendiri salah. I'm sorry. It's not focused enough. Okay. Can we start again? Okay.
You're
Start
gonna
again.
repeat it. You're gonna repeat it till everyone can do the move well enough. Come on.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'll try it.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder about it down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Once more.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder about it down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Okay, so I think that's enough for ice breaking today. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, just
Yes,
love
okay.
the way that they scream, yay! That's a good one.
Thank you so much for Mr. Sofyan and all.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Nur Masliha, for leading us to do the ice breaking. And still, Miss Rusmi is not joining yet. Yeah, that's okay.
Actually, I have sent a message in WA group, but she hasn't read it, maybe.
Okay, that's okay. And then you guys have a group with Miss Rusmi?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, let's start the session then. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Wabarakatuh.
Morning, everyone.
Morning,
Good morning,
sir.
sir.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu ala Rasulillah. Today here it will be our first day of the reflections. The first day of the reflections. And then what we are going to do here, it will be the same like the previous reflections. And then we are going to talk about the evaluations and then what you guys did on the second cycle of the teaching practice. And then one by one, you're going to explain, you're going to tell us here your experience, your second teaching practice for this PPG Daljab. And then after that one, we are going to discuss also about what is it, the follow-up thing, the follow-up thing that you are going to do after you completed the second teaching practice. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you guys gonna have the what we call by the best practice thing. You're going to share your best practice based on the activities that you guys conducted on the first cycle and then on the second cycle. Okay, guys, is that clear enough? And then, by the way, for the long holiday, how many days that we haven't seen each other, guys? How long did you guys have the holiday? How many days? Anyone can respond, please?
A week, maybe, sir.
A week.
And then a week it is. Okay,
More than
this.
1 week.
Okay, more than 1 week.
More than a week.
Okay, and then I hope since you guys already got the holiday more than 1 week, I guess, you guys gonna have the, what is it? The contemplations, and then what is it the benefit? What is it the previous thing that you guys missed? When you guys conducting the second teaching practice. And then there are several things that you really need to consider for the second teaching practice. First of all, you guys need to show us a significant kind of improvement. That should be the first thing. And significant kind of improvement here, you guys may mention it. For example, here the improvement that you guys have the interactions, yeah, that you guys created with your students. Yeah, your student here become more active, yeah, and then they can get all of the lesson that you deliver for them. Yeah, that will be the example. And then the other example, the improvement that we can see here, how that you guys can manage the time. Yeah, it is about the time management. Yeah, time management, it's mean if you guys plan it on your guys lesson plan consists of 50 minutes. So you guys using exact 50 minutes for the teaching practice. And then the third example, I'm talking about the outfit that you guys use. Yeah, the outfit, it should be different, it should be better than the previous one, the previous first teaching practice. Yeah, and then I do expect Ms. Novalia, Ms. Nurmasliha, Ms. Nur Haida, and then the rest of you guys, you're going to show us a different side of you, an improvement based on your outfit, based on how did you, how did you deliver the lesson to your students. That will be the example. Okay, guys, is that clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
and then next one, since today here, guys, you're going to have the reflections and then also the evaluations. I want you guys to repeat it from the previous first reflection and then also evaluations. Yeah, and then you're going to compare it. What you had on your first reflection, on your first evaluations, and then you're going to compare it with your second reflection, second evaluation for our meeting of the day. Is that clear enough, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And then now, who will be the first? Morning, Miss Ila, you're coming late for today.
Sorry.
Okay, who will be the first, please? Who will be the first? Come on. Anyone? Or Mr. Hildas? Mr. Hildas, please.
The full video, sir. The full video.
No, I mean you gonna come with your reflection, with the evaluation first. Come on. Based on your performance on the second teaching practice. Please, Mr. Hildas.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sofian. Yeah, from the first PPL and the second PPL, and I hope that at the second PPL, I'll get the better one for my teaching practice. But what happens, I still have had a little bit trouble. The first about the speaker, so it delayed around 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, so I should start again for my teaching practice, and it made me a little bit what else stress, I think, because what happens, I could not connect my I could not display my PowerPoint well, so the design of my PowerPoint is not clear. I think I should change into different color of my PowerPoint, but it's too late. Yeah, but I try to make it better, and it ran. But I think Mr. Sofian will know that about the result of my PPL, my teaching practice, and I think I still feel what is that, not really satisfied, yeah, for myself. I'd like to make it better in the future. I think not only for this PPG, in my teaching, my daily teaching in my school, I'd like to design more, I design better. And I feel that this PPG is very important for me to know more about the better one the better teaching practice. I mean, the better one to be a good teacher. That's all, Mr. Sofyan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Hildas. And then now I'd like to ask Ms. Nur Masliha, would you please try to give a comment to the difficulties that faced by Mr. Hildas, please? Do you have any comment, question, or anything for him, please? Ms. Nur Masliha? Okay, come on.
Still unmute, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Miss Musdalifah Sahra then first. Come on, Miss Musdalifah.
Okay, good morning, sir. What should I say to you? I thought, yeah, my PPL Daljab in the cycle, the second cycle, it has the same problem with Mr. Hildes. So what I say is the bad connection and the lamp. It's still my problem when I teaching practice, and the sounds is very noisy. I think I'm not satisfied with my PPL, the second PPL, sir. I'm really not satisfied.
And then I'm asking your opinion for Mr. Hildas.
Mr.
Please.
Hildas.
Yeah, come on.
Oh. Gimana ya? I think it's the good reflection for the Mr. Hildas for the next his teaching practice, or for the to improve their his teaching practice in his class.
What else?
Yes, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you. Next, Miss Rona Ariswandina Bitupulu, please. Miss Rona, hello? Come on. Okay, do you mind please try to talk louder? Okay, you guys can hear her voice well enough? Hello?
No,
Very
sir.
low.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
problem with
yeah.
the earphone maybe,
Yep.
or headphones.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Hildas.
Okay,
Okay,
it's
come
clear.
on. Now
Okay.
it's clear.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Sofian. Good morning,
Good morning.
Mr. Hildas. I don't know how to comment, Mr. Hildas, that I think we have the same problem. I think in any learning process, we must improve our how to improve what is it? Bagaimana meningkatkan how to improve how to teach in classroom, yeah, to prepare to anything, nothing like this. I think it's all, Mr. Sofian.
That's enough. Okay, thank you, Miss Rhoda. Next, come on, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Your turn, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sofyan. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Hildes, Mr. Hildes.
Morning,
I
Mr.
think,
Resti.
Mr. Hildes, there is no matter with the teaching practice or when teaching the students. I think because Mr. Hildes has many experience in teaching, but maybe for the next meeting with the student that you use IT, you should prepare more, I think. But for the teaching, for the experience of the English teaching, you has many experience. Thank you.
Okay, more preparation. Thank you very much, Miss Resti. Next, we got Miss Sri Herlina. Come on, do you have any opinion for Mr. Hildes based on his video, please? Miss Herlina.
I don't know what, actually, thank you, Mr. Sofyan. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, actually, I don't know what to say because I don't think so. I can do, I can did as good as Mr. Hildes, because when I did, I so nervous. So I think, Mr. Hildes did a good job. So maybe based on Mr. Hildes, I can make my teaching improve. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, please.
Can you hear my voice, sir?
Okay, come on.
It's okay. It's clear now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for the trouble. Maybe may I give the comments for Mr. Hildes?
Please.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunities. Actually, I have already watched the video of Mr. Hildes, and I think his performance is better than me. So yes, actually, I think that's better than me, than my performance. I saw the preparation better than me because of on the second meeting I have not good enough. I'm in the bad condition, but in this video, at the video, Mr. Hildes has already do the performance better, and also and I agree with Miss Resti, maybe for the preparation to use the in focus or etc. We have to prepare it we have to give more extra time, because when we prepare it with the extra time, it can become the problem at the time when we have to do the teaching practice. So for the preparation to use the InFocus or to use the media, maybe we have to give extra time for this, for the tools and the etc. Okay, maybe it's that from me, and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nur Masliha. Next, Miss Nur Haida. Come on, Miss Nur Haida.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Sofyan. Good morning, my friends. Thank you for opportunity. Mr. Hildes, I will give some comment. Yes, we are the teacher. We have a practice for the PPL 1, and now the second PPL, second practice for the learning. I think we already prepare. Mr. Hildes prepare. Preparation is maybe as a teacher every day when we will enter the classroom, we will have the more preparation, but sometimes the condition make that, like unfocused, not working, like me, like my experience too. The first teaching, the PPL one is good, signal, good condition, but the second have the problem like that. So we cannot plan, not, maksudnya, misalkan, sorry, kita berencana, but sometimes tidak sesuai dengan rencana ya. We will make the best one, but sometimes the condition like that. Mr. Hildes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Haida. Next, come on, Miss Novalia Sinambela. Your turn.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sophia. Hello, Mr. Hildas. Actually, I don't know how to give the comment for you, Mr. Hildas, because I didn't watch for overall about your video, but from your problem itself, I hear that you got the problem with the unfocus and the microphone. Is it right, Mr. Hildas?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. But I think you have the better, the good solution when you have the problem like that. You can solve that. You can handle that. It's mean that the KBM can run well. Is it? Yeah. So give a pause to Mr. Hildas. He can handle all of the problem with so well. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hildas.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that's a compliment or is a comment? Thank you very much. Next, last one, we're gonna have here Miss Ila Halila. There you go. Come on, your turn, Miss Ila.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sofian. Mr. Hildes, congratulations. I have seen your video and I'm curious with where did you put your camera because it's higher, yeah, higher than the previous one. So that the angle is clear enough. And then I can see more participation also with your students since you put them into groups, and then your strength using a microphone so that your voice is very clear to us to see your instruction and as well as your students interaction. That's it. And I believe that you can be a professional teacher. Yes, and we do. Hopefully. Thank you, Mr. Hildes. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Miss Ila Halila. From all the comment, from all the response, do you have anything to say, Mr. Hildes?
Yeah, Mr. Sofian. And yeah, I still to make more to be better, I think, to redesign my teaching practice, redesign my method, the model of teaching practice. And yeah, I think I want to be better. Yeah, that's it, to say the least, Mr. Sofian.
Okay, that's all. Mr. Hildes, no more?
Yeah, and I hope that I want to make to be creative and innovative teacher, because the last time when I used the material, I had a material personal letter. It was a bit difficult for me to make to research innovative video, to connect with innovative video. What is suitable for personal letter? Actually, I'd like to discuss with you, Mr. Sofian. What is the best way if we teach personal letter with our students to be better, to practice to teach my material for my students. And as you know, my students is not really active. As the first, when I talked about the roots problem, my students were passive and could not speak English very well. That's why the last time I consulted with my headmaster, we have to make new programs in our school, such as public speaking, and to make the students more active and self-confident in front of the audience, especially in front of the class. Just like that, Mr. Sofian.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hildas, for the problem teaching the student about the personal letter. I guess why it seems like they're not interesting. Yeah, they have lack of interesting in joining your lessons. One of the factors maybe because it is not related with what they like. Yeah, that will be the first. And then second one, you were teaching them here, I guess it is the same kind of teaching method or strategy or media. Yeah, and then you are not creating, what is it? Conducive kind of situation. Yeah, a fun kind of situations that gonna make them, that gonna make the student, that gonna attract the student to be in part of the teaching and learning process. Yeah, it seems like you still focus on, it is still a teacher center. If you're the one that trying to give everything for the students, like what Miss Ila, what is it? Based on her experience on the previous one, she's trying to do what is it? Student center, but it seems like she is the one that become the dominant one while the teaching and learning process. Yeah, that will be the problem, I guess. Yeah, based on your teaching and learning process on the second, or I guess it is the same on the first teaching practice. Yeah, and then now let's try to discuss your video, and then I'm gonna share the screen based on the scoring criteria. Can you guys see it here? Hello? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this will be the scoring criteria, the assessment scoring that we use. Yeah, so we're gonna analyze, we are going to give you the score based on all of this list. Yeah, and then if you guys count it from the first till the last one, there are many things that you guys have to consider. Yeah, from the 15 minutes video that you guys have. Starting with the, what is it? Starting with the first, how that you're going to do an opening. The opening first for the video till the last one, how did you guys close or end the session that you guys have? Okay, and then based on the video of Mr. Hildas here, we can have a look at how did Mr. Hildas open the class. Yeah, that's clear enough, I guess. And then you're going to mention the real problems. Have you mentioned the real problems? What is it? A real-time kind of problems based on the personal letter or based on the topic that you have, Mr. Hildas? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is it? The real-time problems that you mentioned for the students before you teach them the lesson.
We have to give the indicators, I think, sir.
Okay, so it is the indicators. Thank you. That will be the first one. Second one, what kind of stimulation that you create for the students? That they're gonna have, what is it? They're gonna have the spirits, they're gonna have the motivation to join your lesson. Yeah, so it is not only the motivation because they're going to be recorded. Yeah, they're going to they're going to join the video. Yeah, but what kind of these stimulations that you created for your students based on the first teaching practice and then also second teaching practice? Can you mention it, Mr. Hildas? What is it, the stimulations?
Yeah, we would like to make a relation between the first PPL and the second PPL. And for example, the first I talked more about food handling, and the second one is personal letter. It's such a communication, and we have to make a relation the first material with the second material, and then we would like to start what should we do for the second material, I mean a personal letter. And I also try to give such a what is that, the layout of personal letters, because at the time that's what I remember to say, to display to my students. I think what is the best one for my students, because it's impossible for me to display a video. There's not a video about personal letters, I think, but the best one I should do is to display such a layout of letters, and then they have to know part of letters before writing the letters. I mean their personal letters. That's it, Mr. Sofia.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hildas. Yeah, I mean, what kind of these stimulations that the student gonna know what is the problem that they face about the personal letter, and then why the problems happens. Yeah, so it's not only you as the teacher, you're going to analyze the problem and then analyze the root of the problems, but the student itself, yeah, they gonna consider, yeah, why did they face the problems, and then what kind of the root of the problems, and then they're going to be provided by the alternative solution that you're going to give them. That will be the second one. Now let's try to have a look at the third one. Here is identifying the alternative solutions and then picking one of the alternative solutions, the best one, and then it should be hardest one. What is it that you conducted for the first and then second teaching practice for this one, Mr. Hildas?
Yeah, for the hot one, I just give a task to students to design, to make, to write us personal letters by themselves to the students. I think this is the last one, the last target of this material. We hope that the students can write, can make a personal letters by themselves to someone, I mean to the others. That's the real target for this material. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. And then next one, have you organized groups in your teaching and learning practice on the first and then second teaching practice here? And then consists of various kind of students based on their skill, based on their knowledge for this one?
Yeah, I try to design, I mean to make, to ask students to make groups of learning, and 4, 5, even maybe around 5 or 6 students, and let them to discuss about our problems. And then I ask a random groups to the students to discuss, I mean to answer, to make a solution to every question were given to the students at that time based on the step of LKPD they have been done before. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Now let's have a look at, okay, what about the method, learning model, and then also learning media that you provided?
Yeah, for learning media, the second material, I mean personal letters, I just try to give such a layout of personal letters because that's, I think, the best one for me to stimulate the students the first, and they will I'd like to guide them to the real problem. What is the focus of our problem at that time? And then I hope that the students know the steps to write the personal letters based on the indicators was discussed before. That's it.
Okay, next one here, the TPAC thing, yeah, technological, pedagogical content knowledge, or TPAC. based on Industrial Revolution 4.0. So what is it about this one in your teaching practice? What kind of the technology, what kind of the apps, what kind of the things that you can consider, okay, you have a TPAC thing for your teaching practice?
Yeah, talking about TPAC, I think I just used a normal technology used like a projector, laptop,
okay.
But the lack of these, I could not show more the better one, because I was a little bit confused. What should I display to my students? So like the first, I tried to play audio for phone handling and the personal letters. I just show the students layout of personal letters, and I don't know about the revolution of Industry 4.0. But I think it about this letter. What is the best one? Should I find to make a solution for this? That's it, Mr. Sofian.
Okay. To be honest, talking about TPAC, I already mentioned it, I already explained it to all of you. As long as you guys use a simple kind of PowerPoint, a simple kind of application in your teaching and learning process, so we can consider that as a TPAC thing that we use. And then if you guys already use Zoom kind of meeting, a Microsoft Teams kind of meeting, or even a Google Meet that you use for your student, a Google Classroom one, so you can consider that as one of the TPAC things that you use as a product of Industrial Revolution 4.0. Is that clear? Yeah, Mr.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Next one here, we got various kind of interactions. What kind of interaction? The interaction while you ask the student the questions, or what is it? Various kind of interactions.
Yeah, when I try to display something like a layout of the letters, I ask students to discuss about this and let them to understand and to mention what is the layout of personal letters. And then I also give them such questions based on the personal letters, and I'd like to give a random question to every single group of the composition at the time, the single group of students at the time, and they will give a response to the questions based on my material at the time.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hildas. Welcome aboard, Ms. Rusmi. Thank you very much, Miss, for joining. Yeah.
Sir, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm late because trouble of internet.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay, Mr. Rusmi. Next one, Mr. Hildas. Here, what about the time management that you have for the second teaching practice? Do we have the improvement with the previous first teaching practice that you have?
Yeah, I tried to make something better at the second one. As I said, the first, I got a little problem with my hardware. I could set my laptop, my projector, some blah blah like that. But I tried to manage well. I think 90% ran well at the time.
Okay, so 90%, it's mean if you plan to do an opening here 10 minutes, and then you already conducted the opening 10 minutes. Yeah, and then if your main activity consists, for example, 25 or 30 minutes, so you made it, it is 25 or 30 minutes. So which one here, the last 1 or 10%? Which one, Mr. Hildas?
Yeah, I mean that I could not do 100% because it was delayed around 15 minutes, and I have to made it short. I mean, made it shorter than I had plans before. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next one for discovering rubric here about the learning resources and then the learning materials. How did you organize all of it? How many reprints that you use, and then how did you compile it into your learning material, Mr. Hildex?
Yeah. I tried to use this. I mean, such a critical thinking, creative thinking, based on the method.
Okay, wait a second, Mr. Hildes, you're skipping the first. So what is it? The learning resources, the reprints that you use for the learning material that you deliver for your students while you conducted this second teaching practice.
I mean, the resource. So okay,
yeah.
Okay. Of course, I find various resources. The first I got from our textbook at the library, in our library, the resource, and of course I got various resources from internet, from some blogs, some sites. And I forgot to mention the names of the blog and the sites. That's it. But the point is, I got the various resources from internet. That's it, Mister.
Okay, so your main reference here is from some random website that you took as your reference. Yeah. And then next year, I'm not gonna ask you about the next one, critical thinking, creative thinking, reflect thinking till inquiry-based activities, your volume and then your intonation while explaining, because I can see it, and what kind of the diction that you use while delivering the lessons, and then you're going to consider that one also, and how did you use an analogy or metaphor of it. Can you mention a certain example of analogy that you use for your teaching practice, Mr. Hildes? Any kind of analogy or no analogy, no metaphor that you use?
I've got a little confused about these terms, but I don't know. I think I just try to guide my students to the materials. What should they do to the material for that time? That's it.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm not gonna discuss about nonverbal kind of communication also. And then how did you make a fun kind of, what is it? A fun kind of vibes, for your students. And then the outfit, what kind of the outfit that you use? We can see it in your video. And then how did you implement here? Assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning, and the result of it. How did you going to take the benefit of it? And then how did you make the reimbursement and then punishment for your students? And then last one, how did you close the lesson? That's all the element that you guys have to consider, because we are going to give you the score based on all of these criteria, all of this rubric. Okay, Mr. Hilas, is that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest of you guys, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then let's give a round of applause for Mr. Hildas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, to be the first contender. Yeah, and then come on, Mr. Hildas, who will be the next, please? Mr. Rusmi, permission, I'm gonna lead 4 or 5 of the students, and then after that one, it will be leading by you, miss. Okay, come on, Mr. Hildas, who will be the next, please?
Okay, should I choose one of my friends?
Yeah, you may choose me. Okay,
I think.
Come on.
Who is the next? I want the best one. I think like Mrs. Ilaholila. I think.
Second one, it will be Miss Ila Halila. Okay, your turn, Miss Ila Halila. You're going to make a reflection, the evaluation with your second teaching practice. That will be the first. And then the third one, you're going to compare it with the first teaching practice. So what was the improvement that you already conducted for this second teaching practice? And then what is it that you missed, yeah, for this second teaching practice? Okay, time is yours. Come on, Miss Ila Halila.
Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Hildes, for the opportunity. And actually, having a reflection for the second teaching practice is challenging for me because I don't think that it's going better since but I just try to do my best to choose different kind of teaching practice as Mr. Sofian suggests us from his video. That's why I choose online learning, and in my second action plan, in my second teaching practice. And one thing that I really want to improve is the interactions, because having an online teaching is very beneficial for us to hear the clear sounds of our students. And I can say that I have done it. I've tried to do it in the first meeting. I'll open with a warming up because the topic is about food, so that I ask them to, because online learning is not fun actually, I think, yeah. But because it on that class at that time having a COVID case, so the homeroom teacher said, Miss Ila, we have online learning, so would you try to have the online? Okay, and then I try to ask the captain of the class to have a banana dance, and then having the riddle from their own, not from me. And I'm asking them to, before I explain the project, I try to figure out the problem. I ask them about the issues related to the food. And I choose these materials because in our book, it is related about food, but I think I can modify it into more creative and critical, foster their critical thinking, I mean. And my challenge is, since they have offline learning so far, and then this is an online game, gitu ya, so that the way they have a vibes is not that fun, I guess, even though actually I have briefed them to do, okay, now I want to have this, but it's challenging for me to ask them to be fully turning on their camera because of any kinds of problem they say. And also, what is it? Something that I miss is, I think again and again I have a monotonous of interaction with my students. So this is a writing. This is for a writing skill, but when I saw my video, I can say, oh, this is more dominantly to speak. Even I can say the interaction is much better. I have less dominant of talking because my students are, communicate their ideas very well, I can say so. So that's it. The things that I consider, but before I designed the learning module and also the teaching practice, of course, I reflect myself about the criteria of the scoring, and I try how to combine all of the aspect into my teaching, since I realized that it's less from better. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Sofyan.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Ila Holila. Come on, who will be the first to give a comment based on the reflection, the evaluation process by Miss Ila? Miss Nurhaida, come on, your turn, Miss. You may talk anything about Miss Ila's reflection thing.
Okay, thank you, sir, for committee. Yes, Miss Ila, give the comment. Yeah, your preparation is good. Yeah, you already combined for the teaching. Yeah, you are prepared the best for your teaching for in the class. Make the combine. The method, yeah, the method, yeah, the learning, the method of the learning for your students, I think, yeah, and a good preparation also. You prepare best, yeah, from the PPL practice one, I think, yeah. So practice.
Okay, so that's a compliment, I guess. Not giving a critics, not giving a question. Thank you. Next, it will be Miss Rusty, please. Do you have anything to say, Miss Rusty, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sofyan. Hello, Miss Ila. You did the great job. You did innovative learning, I think. You have designed it, your innovative learning. You also use the 4.0 that the university or the LPTK expect to do. And then Miss Ila also inspires me to do the grad one. Like I also consult with Miss Ila, how should I do? Because Miss Ila has designed good module, good learning process, and Miss Ila also has what we call it, media pembelajaran yang bagus dan juga mendukung ke semua aspeknya. Begitu Miss Ila. Terima kasih ya Miss Ila telah menginspirasi saya buat bagaimana caranya membuat pembelajaran yang inovatif dan apa yang harus saya lakukan apalagi di pembelajaran atau di teaching practice, my second teaching practice. Thank you Miss Ila, you did a great job.
I'm just sharing.
The second and the first teaching practice.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. So it will be another compliment. Yeah? And then we can see when Miss Resti trying to talk in English, it seems like she is doing it really careful, but while talking with bahasa, blah, 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 blah. So you gotta manage that well enough. So you're going to have, the ability in using English and then bahasa at the same level. Okay, Miss Resti? Okay, thank you. Next one, Mr. Hildes. Come on.
Yeah.
Any words, any opinion that you're going to share to Miss Ila Halila for the reflections, please?
Yeah, as we know, Mrs. Ila Halila is an active English teacher. We can see from her video, and I think it has been inspired the others. I mean, the rest of us to be such a model English teacher. I think Mrs. Ila Hoila is still young, and I think he looks creative as an innovative as an English teacher. Like I forget the last name is Fabi, some kinds like that. Yeah. Give applause to Mr. Ila Hoila. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so that's also the compliment, I guess. Thank you very much. And then next it will be Miss Novalia Sinambela. Please, your turn, Miss Novalia.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hi, Mr. Ila and Miss Ila. Yeah, I watched your video. Yeah, I think your method, your technique is already good. Yeah, because you take the TPAC in 4.0 before and as our indicators. But in the middle of your class, I'm so sorry, your students has lost. I don't know where they where they are in that meeting, because I saw that in 30 minutes already run well, but in the middle, only a few students have turned on the count. Yeah, that is our problem actually in our online class. Yeah, Bapak Ibu, yeah, it's I don't know exactly. Is it the reason because of the signal is they harness? I don't know. Actually, my students always said, Miss, my signal is off. My signal is bad, but I don't know exactly is it true or not. Yeah, as a teacher, we just believe that is true. Yeah. Okay, because we don't have any proof. Yeah, any proof that is it true or not. Yeah, because that is our problem in online class. That is so difficult. Yeah, if we teaching, but only a few students show up his face. Yeah, we feel that empty. Ini kelas kok cuma 5 orang gitu, seakan-akan seperti itu. Yeah, I feel that Miss Ila when I have online class. Thank you, Miss Ila.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Novalia Sinambela. I'm gonna give you a tips. When your student turning off the camera, so you just say to them, okay, guys, stay where you are. I'm gonna visit you, and then we're gonna prove that you have the problem with your connection or no. Yeah, and then after that one, 100% they're gonna turn their camera on. Yeah, Miss Novalia Sinambela. Okay, thank you very much.
Mister.
Yeah. Next, come on, it will be Miss Nur Masliha. Hi guys, come on, Miss Nur Masliha.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Hi, Miss Ila. Actually, same as the other participant here. I think from the process, the method, the media, and all of the preparation from Miss Ila is really good. Yeah, and also you have already used the TPAC, the best apa ya? You can use it as best as Mia, and then also same with Miss Novalia. I have already watched your video, and I saw that some students, yeah, they turn off the camera. Yeah, they lost their face from the Zoom and the others. Maybe just like that, Mr. and Miss Rusmi. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Nur Masliha. Yeah. Next, Miss Musdalifah Sahra, please.
Okay, sure. Thank you. I think I will give the opinion same with the others participant. Yeah, Miss Ila. Okay, sorry. Miss Ila performance in his teaching practice in cycle 1 and the cycle 2 is very good. And from this media, the TPAC, the what we call the learning process, it's run well, all of the teaching process. For the second cycle, I have seen your videos. Yes, maybe it's the problem when we use the online teaching practice, yeah, Miss. For the middles on our teaching practice, maybe most of the student don't turn on their camera. Maybe it's the bad signal from them. I think that's all, Mr. Sofyan and Mrs. Rusmi.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Musdali Basara. Anyone else would like to share their, what is it? Compliment, comment, critics for Miss Ila, please? Anyone else? No one? Okay, it seems like no one. Thank you very much. Yeah, so for Miss Ila, based on your second teaching practice video, there are several things that I guess you need to consider for the next if you're going to teach your students. Yeah, the first here, I would like to give my appreciations because Miss Ila here trying to combine between the use of online teaching and learning and then also the offline teaching and learning. Yeah, that will be my first point. Because when you guys have this teaching practice subject, I guess I already told you guys, please try to combine it. Yeah. If you guys create the, hello, would you please try to mute it first? Okay, if you guys try to make the offline kind of teaching and learning on your first teaching practice, so the second teaching practice here, it should be in an online kind of teaching and practice, yeah, teaching and learning practice. And then it's only Miss Ila Holila, I guess. Anyone else here that conducting an online teaching practice for the second cycle? Anyone? No one, yeah. So that's why it seems like you guys feel comfort, yeah, in conducting the offline kind of teaching and learning. But you guys have to learn, yeah, why that me and then also Miss Rusmi asked you guys here to combine it. Because in the future, we are not gonna know what's gonna happen, what kind of the problem, what kind of the disaster that we're going to face. Yeah, if starting from now on, that you guys already create two different kind of teaching and learning, and then it is the same kind, innovative offline teaching, and then innovative online teaching. So that will be easy for you guys to face any kind of difficulties, any kind of the problems in the teachers. Okay, that will be the first point. And then second point, yeah, when you gonna record your online teaching and learning, Miss Ila Halila, you're gonna make sure you have to do more trial than offline classes. Yeah. Why I'm mentioning online recording here is more trial than offline, because when you do online kind of teaching and learning and then you're gonna record it, you cannot do anything, you cannot do the revision based on the offline kind of teaching and learning. Right? If it is an offline, okay, now we're gonna repeat it, blah, blah, but not in an online kind of teaching and learning. When you try to record that, yeah, that will be the difference, I guess. Yeah, in an offline kind and then also in online kind of teaching and learning. And then the third one, you're gonna make the, what is it? You're gonna make the teaching and learning, you're not the one that also deliver everything for these students. Yeah, I saw that you're trying real hard to make the active kind of student, to make a various kind of interactions, but it seems like you push the students. It is not their own intentions. Can you see my point, Miss Ila Halila? Yeah, it is not on their intention, but it is because, okay, come on, you gotta do it. Okay, you have to do this one, not based on their own willing to join the interactions. Okay, and then the fourth one here, when we try to compare it between your first and then second teaching practice, please try to answer this honestly, Miss Ila Halila. Which one that you prepare here that become your best practice? It is the first teaching practice or it is the second teaching practice?
The first, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay, we have the same kind of opinion. Now, if we try to compare it and then we have the option to choose which one that you're going to use for the best practice for the next follow-up thing for this PPG Daljab. So your first teaching practice, yeah, it should be better for you. Okay. But when we mention the first teaching practice here, it is a better one with the second teaching practice, but we have the lack of it. We have the weakness. What is it, the weakness? What is it, the lack, Miss Ilahalila? So it's mean we don't have any improvement, right? We have, what is it? We don't have any improvement. The increasing thing that we need from the first teaching practice to the second teaching practice, okay? But that's only my evaluation. That will be the reflection. And then hopefully one more time, if you're going to record your, what is it, a project for the online kind of teaching and learning for these students, you're going to do more trial first. You're going to, if you're making a trial for the offline teaching, twice or 3 times. So for the online recording, online teaching and learning, it is in, you're going to record it. Maybe you need to do it 4 times, 5 times, or 6 times, yeah, before you're going to record. What is it? The online teaching that you're going to provide for the students. And then it will be different like when you do a regular one, Miss Ila, and then the rest of you guys. Why I'm mentioning it will be different like what you do in your guys' regular teaching day, because you're going to get a score based on the video that you're going to provide. Yeah, it is in an online or it is in offline one. Yeah, no one gonna give you a score when you guys deliver teaching and learning in a real kind of teaching and learning that you deliver for your students. And then this PPG Daljab is a training for you guys. So next, you don't have to, what is it? You don't have to scare about, do I deliver the opening here based on my planning, 5 minutes, 10 minutes for the main activities or for the rest of the activities of it. Yeah. So this will be, what is it? This will be a place for you guys to train. And then we are going to hope the next, there will be, we have what we call by an automatic kind of professional English teacher. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess that's all, Miss Ila Holila. Let's give a round of applause for Miss Ila Holila because we have some kind of news over there. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Ila Holila. And then would you please try to choose one more from your friend here who will be the next? Or before that, do you have anything to say to all of your friends based on their compliment, based on their opinion, based on their suggestion, please?
Thank you very much, everyone, for the compliment. And actually, I don't think that I'm that good enough, since maybe for designing the lesson plan, it's good, but what is it? When I try to apply it in my classroom, there are many challenges, as Miss Nur Haida said. But Alhamdulillah, we have finished that, and it really becoming my follow-up, for my next teaching in the future. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. One more time, Miss Ila Holila, and then who will be the next, please, that you're going to choose, please?
Miss Resti, please.
Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Okay, the one that in charge for the Zoom meeting, the one that in charge for showing the, what is it, the schedule of the teaching practice. Come on, your turn, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. And then the first video that I uploaded here is Miss Resti Putri Amelia, and then no comment and no such kind of feedback, no such kind of anything from the student and then from your fellow teacher. Yeah, I'm gonna come to your school and then asking all of your fellow teacher to come on, Miss Resti something.
I haven't shared to others, Mr.
Okay, you're gonna share it as soon as possible then. Yeah.
So after this activity, I'll share it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
and then for the rest of you guys that already uploaded on the YouTube, you're gonna send your original link so I can upload it. Okay, come on, your turn, please, Miss Presti Putri Amelia.
Okay,
Time is
thank
yours.
you, Mr. Sofian, Miss Rosmi, and other participants here. Well, for the second teaching practice, actually, I still have some problems in the first meeting. In the first meeting, I have bad networking. The second one is when my schedule in the Monday and Thursday is also the school has a national assessment for the 8th grade. So I teach the 8th grade when the national assessment too. And then one Monday and Tuesday also we have what we call accreditation for my school. So I so busy. Actually, this is my problems, not the other problems. But it's also influence for the others activity that I do. And then for the second meeting, it will be okay. I can handle it, even it still has the problems too, but it's okay. It's better than the first meeting. And for the second teaching practice, I think I did all the activities in the lesson plan, but it's still not good enough, maybe because I still use the usual media, like I use video from the YouTube. I use Canva for my learning media, and also I use Will Spinner for the choose the groups. It's also usual activity that the teachers do. Maybe that's enough from the second teaching practice, I use project-based learning, and the first teaching practice, I use problem-based learning. And for the second teaching practice, I also share with Miss Ila what should I do, what the media, what the appropriate media that I use in the teaching practice. Thank you, Mr. Sofian, Ms. Rosmi, and all my friends here.
Okay, thank you, Miss Resti. Come on, next. Anyone else would like to give the comment or opinion, compliment for Miss Resti Putri Amelia? Come on, anyone? No one? Come on, I'm not gonna mention the name, please. Anyone, please. No? Okay, I'm gonna choose one, Miss Rona Arisandina Bitupulu. You're gonna give a command. Come on, Miss Rona Arisandina Bitupulu.
Okay, Mr. Sofian, thank you. Okay, Miss Resti, I think the first, I say thank you very much for your Zoom. Yeah, you give to us. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I think my comment, I don't know how to comment for Miss Resti. I just want to say we must keep spirit, semangat, to change our learning process in our class. Maybe in the end of the PPG, we change or we better from before PPG. and we can improve our knowledge how to get the best teacher in the future. I think it's enough, Mr. Safia.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, to be the best teacher in the future. Yeah. Okay, let's give a plus, everyone. Yeah, for Miss Resti and then Miss Rana Arisandina Pitupulu. There are several notes also for you, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, Mr. Sofian, because this room is so crowded because many teachers after examination. So
okay, all good. Yeah, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Yeah. First of all, when I watch your video here, I'm amazed that how did you call your students? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it seems like not in a setting of teaching and learning, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah, but that's a good point, yeah, I guess, when you try to provide some kind of terms that you use for the students, yeah. And then after that one, several times, I guess, you're muting your audio. Yeah, when I observed, when I did my sit-in with you, okay, 5 minutes, that should be okay with the audio a bit, and then the next one you're muting the audio so we can hear any of it. Yeah, when we conduct the sitting. But I hope when you're gonna edit your second video, you're going to compile it with a good one, so there will be no such kind of, what is it, a moment of silence in your video. Okay, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. And the next one, based on my sit-in process, I can see that your student here, they're more prepared, yeah, than the previous first teaching practice. And then you can have a various kind of angle also, which is a good one, I guess. Yeah, not only from the back, not only from the front, but you can manage a various kind of angle for your video, and then that's what we call a professional video of it. So not only one angle, but we can sit from the front, we can sit also from the back, from the side of it, yeah, from all angle of your teaching and learning process. Okay, Ms. Resti Putri Amelia. And the next one, okay, next one, and then this will be the last. When you gonna teach your student any kind of topic. Hello? Can you hear my voice clearly, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why it seems like Miss Resti? Okay, so last one, Miss Resti Putri Amelia, my suggestion for you every single time that you're going to deliver a learning material for your students, it is in offline kind of teaching and learning, or it is in an online kind of teaching and learning. So you're gonna make sure that you already master everything's well enough, yeah? Because it seems like you have some kind of doubt of it, yeah? It is the same like when you try to talk in English, yeah? When we try to compare it, when you use bahasa, you talk very fast, yeah? But while talking in English, it seems like something that, what is it, pull you out, I guess. Stop, you're gonna do it slowly, blah, blah, blah. That's what it feels, yeah? And then it is the same also when you try to deliver the teaching and learning for your students. Yeah, I hope you're going to improve that one, and then I do believe you are going to be a professional English teacher in the future. Okay, Miss Resti Putri Amelia, that's all I guess from me, everyone. Let's give applause for Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Yeah. Okay, do you have anything to say? The feedback for Miss Rona Arisandi, and then the feedback also from me, Miss Resti? No?
okay, thank you, Mr. Sophia, Mr. Rona, and also all of friends here that support me. Thank you very much.
Okay, only okay, and then only thanking. No, nothing else that you're going to deliver.
Yeah, Yeah, we try to be the best teacher. That's why we that's activities useful for us how to be a good and professional teachers.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. And on this one, I'm gonna get some kind of what is it? Some kind of compliment from your students, from your fellow teacher, from your family, husband, kid, principal, and then blah blah. You get to share the link. Okay, Miss
Yeah, I'll
Resti.
share after this.
Okay, that's all I guess, Miss Resti Putri Amelia. Thank you very much for your help also providing all of your friends here to use Zoom meeting for it. Yeah. Okay, everyone, I guess that's enough from me. And then now it will be your turn, Miss Rusmi. I already started the session at 7:50, and then maybe now it will be your turns. Come on, and then let's give applause, everyone, for Miss Rusmi here that's gonna lead us to do the next reflection and evaluations. Come on, Miss Rusmi, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Bapak Ibu.
And then permission,
yeah.
Miss Rusmi, I have a subject and then I have to teach because we're starting the offline class now. Yeah? Okay, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Bapak Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm sorry I'm late today because I'm not ready for the one reason or another. And so yesterday we have about NPK, so this is the troubleshoot of our connection on main class, and then another reason maybe about my student because of use about something last night. They do something last night. Bapak Ibu, in this activity we will hold to conference with other participants. Maybe if we say about reflect ya Bapak Ibu ya, refleksi ya. Kita akan melakukan konferensi bersama atau refleksi bersama ya. We will so reflect on the overall of implementation of innovative learning practice Bapak Ibu ya. Maybe from the action plan of the second set of learning tools itu sudah saya lakukan Bapak Ibu karena I think that is same with Mr. Sofyan. I just open about your upload, but something have about many access ya. Ada yang meminta akses itu 2 orang karena ini deadline, jadi saya mohon maaf meminta ke Japri ya. I'm so sorry. And then all participants have tried to do their best ya Bapak Ibu ya. Saya rasa semua sudah melakukan yang terbaik. But various difficulties have been tried to solve and find solutions. Kita coba cari sama-sama ya Bapak Ibu solusinya, but I'm sure everything will be successful. So I try to define the time to go to class, Bapak Ibu. So see it I divided in yang second ya Bapak Ibu ya. I divided into the first day I make five participant ya. Saya memilih 5 peserta, kemudian agar fokus sebenarnya Bapak Ibu. And then the second, I find about 4 participants because I will focus more. Yeah, I will focus more, but because of network that is not suitable connection, and then Zoom is in out ya, saya in out juga, jadi agak malu juga Bapak Ibu kembali ke room utama gitu ya. Untuk Mr. Hildes itu spesial hampir 2 kali di main room ya Bapak Ibu ya. Di main room nggak tahu kendalanya apa begitu ya. But I think that is about our problem. And if you give about reflection ya Bapak Ibu, tadi sudah berapa ya Bapak Ibu ya? I think Miss Ila, Miss Resti, Mr. Hildes. Just only how many participants Bapak Ibu? Sorry, I'm late.
3 participants.
Oh, just 3 participants. In this case, I say for Miss Resti, will I sit in? There is on off cam ya, Miss Resti off cam ya. But I have I will share of my jepretan ya. Saya mengatakan jepretan saya ada, saya coba screenshot. Kalau bisa jangan terjadi lagi ya Bapak Ibu. Saya akan mencoba share screen saja Bapak Ibu ya, berbagi saja ini. hanya yang lucu-lucu mungkin nanti bisa dijadikan inspirasi Bapak Ibu. Untuk Miss Ila juga ada yang sempat saya apa ya? Ada beberapa sebenarnya Bapak Ibu, tapi memang sebenarnya tidak semuanya gitu ya. Ya, ini like this. Ya. Maybe this is for sorry. On this ya. Sebentar Bapak Ibu. Saya coba ke sini. Tapi ini campuran Bapak Ibu, tapi saya mencoba memisahkan tadi tidak bisa, tapi ya ini. Wait a minute. Ini kelas siapa Bapak Ibu? Mungkin the base-nya saja ya Bapak Ibu ya. Ini Miss Herlina. I won't find about the best activity. Nah. Ini Miss Herlina, saya mencoba mencari siswanya, tapi ya karena ini yang bisa diambil ya. On Lindy, sorry Miss Herlina. I asked, this is for the first meeting, and then the second, ini yang second ya. Miss Herlina, and this is Miss Rona ya. This is Miss Rona on the second and the first ya Miss Rona ya. Are you remember Miss Rona? The first ya, ini yang first ya. Miss Rona. And then this is Mr. Hildes. Mr. Hildes. According to me, the student activity is for student center ya Bapak Ibu, yang hampir semua sudah student center. Ya. This is about Miss Atakania Nabila, ini Miss Erlina ya. Miss Erlina on the second meet. Yeah, this is Miss Erlina and this is Miss Musdalifa ya. This is Miss Musdalifa.
Yes,
Bapak
yes,
Ibu, ya ini jangan dihilangkan pada saat Ibu pengeditan, karena pada saat siswa bertanya ini adalah poin-poin tersendiri ya Bapak Ibu ya. Ini yang sangat diminta. Jadi kita kalaupun sedang supervisi ya Bapak Ibu, itu salah satu dokumen filenya adalah ada 3 orang yang paling tidak menanya ya. Bertanya, jangan di skip, nanti kalau bisa untuk edit videonya jangan sampai dihilangkan, ini bagus. Kemudian Miss Musdalifah juga, ini saya mencoba mana ya siswanya gitu, tapi yang ada di sini ya. Beberapa kali jepret, tapi ya karena saya terbatas juga untuk screenshot. Nah ini akhirnya ketemu Miss Musdalifah ya. Nah ini aktif, tapi ada yang talking nih. Karena Miss Musdalifah ke sini konsentrasinya, jadinya yang lain ya mungkin kalau diskusi nggak apa-apa, tapi kalau ini kelihatan diskusi ya Bapak Ibu ya. Ini diskusi, kalau ini kayaknya talking about what I don't know. Maybe another lesson ya, bisa jadi. And then this is from Novalia, Mrs. Novalia. Ya, I think that is a good ya. Ya, this is this activity of Mrs. Novalia. Nah, ini sudah relax, just relax ya Bapak Ibu ya, make student relax. This is about make student relax, happy ya. Jadi kegiatan ini mencairkan es yang sudah membeku, like ice breaking. Ya, Miss Nurma Sliha, very inspirative ya. The textbook of English, I think that is innovative media for LKPD ya. Miss Nurma Sliha, doing the best, keep spirit ya, tetap semangat Miss Masliha. And then Miss Resti, ini first ya Miss Resti ya. The second nggak ada gambarnya Miss Resti.
Yeah.
Padahal ada sangat bagus.
I don't know. Actually, I joined 2 devices. One device I use for recording, and second one I asked someone to record it, but I don't know why.
Iya, jadi sepanjang the second teacher practice tidak ada sama sekali. Tapi suara ada. Miss Rona, yang second ya Miss Rona ya. Miss Rona, second meeting. Ya, tapi terlihat sih siswanya nih sangat antusias. Ya. Jadi Bapak Ibu tidak ada yang tidak semangat sekali sampai tegang ya. Saking semangatnya. Miss Rona juga sudah sana sini nih saya lihat. Ya terlihat.
Little bit nervous.
Ya. Little bit nervous. I think ya. Ya, oke. This is this activity. Nah, ini Bapak Ibu ya. Sangat disayangkan siswanya tidak terdengar ya. I'm not here about what student do, tapi kecil sekali. Kalau bisa nanti suara di rekamannya dibesarkan ya. Maybe Miss Rona ask someone to make the student voice is loudly, yeah, Miss Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is Miss Rona tuh, ya. Jadi seperti ini Bapak Ibu, kalau dua device, Miss Resti, ya itu kan sudah berlalu ya, hanya sarannya. Dua-dua di on kan salah satunya, like this. Nah, ada ya, Miss Nurhaida ya ini ya. This is Miss Nurhaida. On the second, ya. Okay, student presentation and that finish. Yeah, this is our meeting. This is our meeting before practice ya. The second practice. Ini file saya Bapak Ibu, but I want to. I think that is about my yang on the second maybe ya. Ini ya Bapak Ibu ya. This is Miss Novalia. Halo. Sorry. Musdalifah ya. Miss Musdalifah. Oke, ya. Miss Ila, this is the first meeting Miss Ila ya. Yang ini first meeting. Yeah, this is very excited. The student is so very excited. And then
ma'am, I'm sorry, but in my display is the photo of ours here.
So am I.
Photo of our Zoom meeting.
Yeah, our Zoom meeting.
Oh, Zoom meeting.
No, yes. It's not about the Miss Ila and others.
Yeah. Okay. One more. I will stop share. Yeah, sorry. Stop share dulu ya, ganti ya. Baik. Tapi tidak terlihat semua ya Bapak Ibu ya ini.
Bad connection, maybe from Ma'am Rusmi.
The connection, yes.
Ma'am Rusmi left here.
Yes, of the bad connection.
Left our Zoom.
Yes.
She left our Zoom meeting.
Maybe just wait for a moment.
Yeah. Sepertinya kok yang Rusmi belum ada kabar ya, teman-teman.
Itu yang di WA Mem Rusmi ya, Mem? Mister. Bukan Mem Lina deh.
Assalamualaikum Bapak Ibu.
Waalaikumsalam, Mem Rusmi.
I'm so sorry, uncable connection. Tiba-tiba putus.
It's okay, Mem.
Ya, silakan Bapak Ibu. Maybe from another participant will give the reflection after that. Miss Resti, Miss Ila, Mr. Hildes, and then maybe Miss Novalia first.
Oke,
silakan ya. Miss Novalia.
Oke, thank you, Mem Rusmi. My reflections, I compare with my previous cycle. I thought that I had the better one because of what? Because of my first, actually, Miss Masliha, can you mute?
I'm sorry. Suka nyala sendiri.
Oh. Yes, thank you, Miss Nur. Yeah, because in the previous one, I record my lesson with myself without any helper. But for this cycle, yeah, I have another helper to record my lesson. That is so helpful. Yeah, so I don't too busy with my camera because there's my friends take that job. Yeah, so thanks God. And then, but the previous cycle, I have a problem with my projector, with my with my infocus and my microphone. But for this cycle, I don't have that problem. My infocus run well, my microphone, actually my voice is good enough, yeah, to be heard by the viewers. But I have a problem when my students access the website Unite AR. Some students can access that website. So my solution is the one that cannot access that website, they can use their friend's phone to access that website. Yeah, so they can share, they share their phone to someone that cannot access. Jadi mereka saling sharing untuk melihat video 360 derajatnya. But in this cycle, my improvement is not really yeah, you know that we as teachers still dominate the class. Yeah, I feel that I don't know why, because I feel that my students is not too active actually. Yeah, it means that I should give them first the lesson, and then when I choose their name, they wants to answer. It means that they didn't, dia nggak langsung tunjuk tangan nih, harus dipilih nih, gitu Bapak Ibu. Jadi yeah, I'm still dominate the class actually, same like the previous one. That's for me members me.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Novalia. Yeah, I think the teacher still dominate the class. Yeah, that is normal, ya, Bapak Ibu. That is normal because teacher is sometimes we are thinking about the teacher know about everything. It's better you choose about the student. Jadi memang ditunjuk langsung ya Bapak Ibu. The student are still afraid maybe, yeah. And then maybe same, and another maybe they don't want to say anything about sorry, they don't want to do anything for maybe they saying about annoying of someone or maybe make mistaken ya Bapak Ibu. Kadang-kadang ingin tidak ingin menunjukkan kesalahan mereka begitu. They will be to be perfect, but if Miss Novalia say about still dominate the class, I think that is normal. Silakan Bapak Ibu ya, please give about another maybe comment or will give about explanation. Silakan Bapak Ibu, please. Maybe Miss Novalia, you will choose from the participant, from another participant.
Okay.
For I will choose.
For what, ma'am?
Members me.
Yeah,
okay,
give the comment. Oh yeah, Mr. Hildes. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Hildes.
I'd like to give the reflection. Is it based on my experience? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, my own experience. Okay. Well, after doing PPL 1, I mean teaching practice 1 and teaching practice 2, I'd like to give the reflection. This is such an concluding remark, I think, for my reflection. We need to be more creative. First, in designing the learning models, of course, to make it better. And the second, we have actually we have carried out the teaching exercise based on the teaching plans, even though we feel that we are still not perfect. Yeah. The next, we need to analyze the deficiencies and redesigning better learning activity. Of course, we need to make improvements in the future. Yeah, the last one we need to make an improvements in the future. I mean, to be better based on what we had done before. The first teaching practice and the second teaching practice. Of course, we would like to search again the roots of our problems, and then we would like to analyze and make the best solution. I mean, at least the better solution for our teaching practice. And it's very important to upgrade the way of our teaching in the class, especially in our daily teaching activity, not only in this PPG Daljab, but in a normal teaching process. I think that's it from me, Miss Ma'am Rusmi. Thank you. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hildes. That's enough. Ms. Novalia, will you say something?
Yes, ma'am.
About Mr. Hildes' comment? Would you have about maybe to say something about his comment? No? That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. Bapak Ibu, saya mau I will share about the picture yang mungkin untuk pengalaman saya juga ya, on my experience about Miss Ila learning practice on the second learning practice. Tapi untuk saya coba ya Bapak Ibu, terlihat tidak, kalau tidak mohon komennya. Is it I have seen about this or not? I will share it. Have you seen, Bapak Ibu? Have you seen about this?
Iya.
Yes.
Iya. Ini Miss Musdalifah. Ini ya anak saking ingin memperhatikan ya, sebenarnya udah sangat serius sekali gitu. Jadi untuk nervous yang nervous teachernya, siswanya mah santai gitu ya Bapak Ibu ya, relax gitu ya. Just relax and then this is, saya ngambil 2 itu saking agak ini penasaran. Kalau ini untuk Miss Ila, this is about Miss Resti, tapi the first ya Miss Resti ya, karena yang saya kenal nanti no picture ya. Ini sudah sangat bagus, kelasnya sangat bagus. Saya tahu itu PGRI 20 ya. PGRI 20 itu punya Pak Samsul, jadi pasti kelasnya bagus. Nah ini sangat interaktif, itu kelasnya Miss Ila Walila, walaupun daring ya Miss Ila ya. Daring sangat interaktif, tapi ada satu yang saat ini ya Miss Ila tidak menyuruh keseluruhan, padahal ini menjawabnya bagus kalau nggak salah kemarin waktu disuruh ya. Nah ini ya saya.
That's bad.
Iya. Siswanya mana gitu, where is the student. Jadi karena kita kan fokus untuk mengajar, ini memang our weakness ya, about daring ya Bapak Ibu. Mungkin tidur-tiduran, kameranya diarahkan ke plafon ya. Itu aja, ini aja yang ini aktif. Saya lihat anak ini aktif sekali, bagus sekali ya Miss Ila ya, bahasa Inggris ya ini ya.
Yes.
She speak English fluently, kemudian intonasi bagus ya. Nah ini juga agak. Nah ini
gitu semua memang.
Nah, begitu kebanyakan seperti itu, malu-malu ya, itu Miss Ila ya. Itu Miss Novalia sudah. Miss Novalia ya. Ya.
Miss Novalia looks relaxed.
Look relax ya.
Tapi
untuk ya saya mencoba mana ya Miss Novalia sudah benar-benar konsen ke student belum, tapi di sini sebenarnya tidak, ini Ini saking pusingnya Bapak Ibu, apa ya buat Miss Novalia saya ini. Ini udah serius sih. Ini udah
Pusing ya, Mem. Dia lagi pusing.
Ya Allah ini. Jadi karena
Cobaan
mungkin melihat
apa ini gitu.
Ya, cobaan apa?
Musibah nih kata anak.
I'm sorry, Miss Novalia. I get it. I will share to this group. Ya, I will share to this group in the moment. But wait. Kalau ini apa lagi nih? Udah. My headache, ya. Confused sama headache. Tapi relax lagi ya. Nah ini kalau ini sangat serius ini ya, Novalia. Nah, I think say something ya kalau nggak salah ya, Miss Novalia ya. Ya ini Miss Novalia siswanya aktif banget, tapi ini ya ini Miss Musdalifah ya, Miss Nurmasliha ya, Miss Nurmasliha ya. Saya coba ngambil gambarnya saja ini. Ini Miss Nurmasliha ya banyak. Nah ini Miss Resti. Saya mencoba mengambil 3 kali. Miss Resti mana ya 2. Tadi kan kalau Miss Resti mengatakan ma'am I turn on of this camera on the second apa? On the second jadi apa? Ya on the second resource. Tapi dua-duanya nggak ada ma'am.
Yeah, because I asked someone to handle it, so I don't know.
Ya. Jadi waktu sit in saya mencoba bolak-balik, bahkan kan tadi Mr. Sofyan juga mengatakan off cam ya. I don't know. Tapi ya ini kan pada saat sit in ya Bapak Ibu ya, when I sit in. Tapi makanya saya mencoba bagi 2 saja ya Mem, kalau tidak biar saya masuknya lama bisa ya, bukan mencari kelemahan Bapak Ibu, saya sharing mungkin untuk perbaikan Bapak Ibu ke depannya ya, karena untuk refleksi gitu. Nah ini juga saya tunggu sampai lama but I hear the voice clearly, tapi voice-nya clearly Bapak Ibu jelas. Miss Resti sangat jelas ya waktu mengajar, terdengar tidak putus-putus, tidak apa, hanya gambar saja. Nah ini Mr. Hildes, I want to say where is Mr. Hildes? Siswanya sangat ya.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ini ngapain? Sistemnya merah-merah dan sangat interaktif, tapi interaktifnya ini kan harusnya ke sini ya, ini malah ke sini, gabung ke sini semua. Jadi ada beberapa ya, that's enough. Itu file guru saya. Kita disuruh ini sekarang Bapak Ibu berhasil diunggah berapa laporan ya, apa namanya, seperti Miss Resti, lupa apa Miss Resti.
Sekarang lagi literasi men di sini. Anak
akreditasi ya, iya kami akreditasi.
Ya. Jadi pengawas tuh minta, ayo literasi terus ya mem.
Ya, baru selesai kemarin Bapak Ibu, makanya saya langsung trouble ini koneksinya di sini benar-benar tidak bisa dipakai karena kemarin gitu. Ya, oke, that's enough. I just want to see about this. Kalau terjadi begini semua, tapi tidak apa-apa, mereka kan bisa ya Bapak Ibu. No problem.
Istirahat kan?
Ya, ya. Oke, that's all. Thank you, Mr. Hildes, Bapak Ibu. I'm so sorry. This is just relax ya.
Yeah.
Saya mengatakan hanya ya just kidding, bukan kidding tapi ya Bapak Ibu ya.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Just make about maybe to be relaxed because I think the PPG Daljab will be end, yeah. At the moment will be end. Miss Erlina, your comment about my candid camera. Candid camera.
Good, ma'am. Good, ma'am.
Oh,
good idea, ma'am.
Fun fact.
No, I am so nervous.
Good idea. Ya karena memang kira-kira file apa mungkinnya Bapak Ibu ya yang bisa saya abadikan, hanya itu yang bisa saya abadikan, tapi semua momen bagus Bapak Ibu. Kalau tadi disampaikan di kelasnya Miss Novalia sampai ada anak yang benar-benar apa ya gitu nih, itu memang fakta ya Bapak Ibu. Kadang-kadang anak itu belum saking bingungnya atau kadang-kadang belum diberikan tugas sudah mengeluh duluan, itu kan selalu ada ya Bapak Ibu ya, di kelas selalu ada. What we must do it like this. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hildes. I think that's enough about Miss Novalia. Reflection ya, reflection from Miss Novalia. Another maybe Miss Rona, maybe Miss Rona. Hello, Miss Rona. Would you give the reflection about your learning practice on the second learning practice?
Yeah, Ms. Rusmi, thank you for my opportunity. Okay,
Yeah, please.
I just want to share my experience in the first meeting, in the first practice. Mr. Sofian and Mr. Rusmi suggested to me to change my maybe like situation in my classroom. In the first meeting, I had PPL1. I had a problem in my device camera. Suddenly turned off, and I have the same problem too in the PPL2. In the last meeting, I have my camera still on, suddenly turned off. Yeah, so I take my video or record in my last meeting from
Miss Rona, hello, it's unclear. Is it unclear? Kurang jelas, Bu. Unstable connection ya, Bapak Ibu. Halo Miss Rona.
Ya, Miss Rusmi. It's clear. Halo.
Ya, ya, oke. Oke, please. It's time yours. Silakan Miss Rona.
Ya, Miss Rusmi, sorry, I am in classroom. Yeah. I have still problem in the second PPL. Still have problem in PPL1 in the in my device camera suddenly turned off, and still have the same problem in the second PPL. In the last of the meeting, I have still suddenly my camera is off. So I take my video from I take from record of the video in Zoom. Ya, jadi saya ngambilnya dari Zoom, and I try to change maybe Miss Rusmi and Mr. Sofian suggested to me to change how about the background of my group, my classroom, how to move in my class. So I try to change my strategy in my class. I think it's my problem. I prepare to go to the PPL2. I hope it's better than the first PPL1. I think it's enough, Mr. Smith. Smith.
Hello, Miss Rona.
Yes.
That's enough. Thank you, Miss
Yes.
Rona. Yes. That is, I think that is still about this media, yeah, Miss Rona.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, connection, media, etc. Okay, Miss Musdalifa, please. Miss Musdalifa. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you give comment or another suggestion or maybe everything to Miss Rona?
Okay, Miss Rona, thank you, Ma'am Rusmi, for the time. I think I just give appreciation with Miss Rona videos. we have the same problem, Miss Rona. Yes, of course. Maybe the bad connection and the bad signal from my PPL 1 and PPL 2, Miss Mem Rusmi. But in the point for all of this, we can make the best preparation for our teaching for the next. I think that's all, Ma'am Rusmi. And for Mr. Rona, Rona is the best one for you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Musdalifah. I think each of us has a different problem, yeah, Miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Miss Musdalifah. Sorry, Miss Musdalifah. Yeah, that's right, Miss
Yeah.
Musdalifah. Yeah,
Yes,
Miss Rona, I think Miss Rona has tried to do her best, yeah, to do her part from the implementation of practice. Keep spirit, Miss Rona. You have done the best about this learning practice of the second learning practice ya Bapak Ibu ya. Kita sudah berusaha semua. And then maybe on the next will be better. We will action in our class ya, in our class. We can cheat about maybe amati, tiru dan modifikasi juga bisa ya Bapak Ibu ya. Kalau saya lebih akan meniru yang kelasnya Miss Ila pada saat PTM, kalau yang ini kan sudah nggak dilaksanakan. Karena saya akan mencoba menggunakan IR ya Bapak Ibu ya, IR, PR, etc. But maybe we'll try Bapak Ibu. Sekali-sekali ya Bapak Ibu jangan juga monoton tidak dilaksanakan karena sekarang sudah banyak sekali tersedia di platform Merdeka itu contoh-contoh pembelajarannya Bapak Ibu bisa kita ATM, bisa kita amati Bapak Ibu to make our class better than before ya Bapak Ibu. Selalu ya Bapak Ibu ya, I think always what's happen in the classroom ya, what happen in the classroom itu selalu question mark ya Bapak Ibu ya. The big question mark, tanda tanya besar dan merupakan PR kita. Karena memang intinya kita akan memberikan informasi ya Bapak Ibu ya, to give information, to transfer information about the knowledge ya Bapak Ibu. Intinya kan di sana ya Bapak Ibu. Kita ya ada sih memang maybe we will about play game, etc. ya, play games. Memang diharapkan game-game yang kita berikan kepada putra-putri kita ya Bapak Ibu tetap related dengan topik agar tidak keluar jauh seperti itu ya. Dan saya mengamati benar-benar Bapak Ibu waktu itu, waduh ya, very amazing ya. Bapak Ibu sudah sangat luar biasa di kelas, peringatan ya, nervous dan sebagainya. Padahal siapa sampai Mr. Sofian tidak, tadi saya kan juga screenshot ya. ISS itu Miss Herlina, Mr. Sofran not on the camera when enter of Miss Herlina classroom.
I'm very nervous, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Miss Nur Masliha, please, what's about your reflection?
Ada yang keingetan ya, Mem.
Lihat Cina ya, Miss Rona. Halo,
Iya.
Miss Rona. Halo, Pak Hildes apa? Mr. Hildes.
Iya.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunities. Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Maybe in the first teaching.
Kalau saya masuk kelasnya Miss Nur Masliha itu nggak tidur, saya nggak bisa tidur. Walaupun ngantuk pasti saya bangun lagi. Karena dari poesinya itu sudah menggelegar sekali ya. Mbak Hana. Ya, silakan Miss, maaf ya. Tapi benar Bu, saya juga kadang-kadang berusaha suara saya keraskan. Tapi anak-anak bilang, Ibu galak kalau keras. Kadang-kadang seperti itu ya. But I'm not fierce ya, tidak galak. Tapi kita mencoba tegas ya Bapak Ibu ya harus. Karena antara tegas dan galak itu beda tipis ya Bapak Ibu ya. Yang galak mungkin ya Bapak Ibu bisa membedakan. Kalau menurut saya kalau galak itu ya sedikit-sedikit kita main tangan gitu ya Bapak Ibu ya, nyubit atau begitu termasuk galak. Tapi kalau kita keras ya kita tegas. To give about this explanation, kemudian give about the rule of the activity, kemudian komitmen di kelas. Itu kalau sampaikan Bapak Ibu komitmen di kelas bagaimana? What this agreement of this we do in the class, nanti anak-anak mengikuti Bapak Ibu dan harus tegas. Jangan sampai dikasih kelonggaran seperti itu. Ya, please Miss Nurmasliha. I'm so sorry. I'm disturbing.
No, it's okay, ma'am. Okay. First of all, I just want to share my reflection on the second teaching practice here. Actually, in the first teaching practice, I got so many problems and so many corrections from the lecturer, from Mr. Sofian, and also from Ma'am Rusmi. But in my second teaching practice, I'll try to overcome and prepare it better than before. But however, many events occurred outside of my plans and also of my preparation. Okay, such as maybe related with my health condition. This is the first thing. Because of my health condition is slightly dropped. Okay, and then after that, I got a problem with my microphone on the first meeting. So Mr. Sofian cannot hear my voice, and but actually I can repair it as soon as possible. And then a sudden change of the class, from the homeroom teacher on the grounds of the on the activity, because they said that they have to do something at that time, so I have to change my class. You can imagine that it will break my preparation. Okay, and also and in this class, yeah, the last class that I got, it has some of the students for the special needs. Yeah, there are maybe three students with special need, and actually I got a little difficult of this activity at the class, because there are not a shadow teacher to help me what is that? To hold these students with the special needs in the class. So maybe Ma'am Rusmi, you have already entered my class, and they're so crowded here. And I'm so sorry, because of they are the student with special need, and I can't handle it by myself. Okay. And then the last one, maybe actually Mr. Sofian already asked us to hire the professional, but I think at the time maybe I cannot use the professional one because of the limitation of their time. So I just try to get the recording from the tripod. Okay, but I try to overcome everything and present the best from me. That's it. Thank you so much, Miss Rusmi and Mr. Sofian.
You give applause for Bapak Ibu semua. Miss Nurmasliha. Oke, silakan Miss Herlina, give comment please. About Miss Nurmasliha reflection.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think we have the same problem to manage our class. Even me, I have a lot of students, more than 45. Ya, lebih dari 45 mem. Jadi, so I have to make a group before I enter the class. Yeah, if I do when I did when I did teaching, I need some time. I mean, much time to make a group for my class. So when I have to make a group before I did peer teaching. Jadi karena murid saya banyak, mem, jadi saya harus membaginya sebelum saya memulai pelajaran. Ya, I have a trouble if I make a group when I did peer teaching. Jadi kalau saya bagi pas waktu melakukan peer teaching itu, mem, I need sometimes saya memerlukan banyak waktu untuk membaginya. And then and I trouble to handle it. And then because of the weather, sometimes I have a good trouble about bad network, and then in focus, we have already make a plan, that I want to do, but it's sometimes it doesn't work. So we have a trouble with it, Okay, and then I have already I feel so nervous. So sometimes for the first rencana aksi, I have even miss about the step of the teaching, something like that. But I hope, the second this I do, I did better, ma'am. That's all, ma'am. But I think Miss Nur Masliha, she's good. Her voice is
Okay,
so
thank you, Miss
have a
Erlina.
spirit.
Good job or good spirit? Good job. Good spirit. Good job. Keep speaking.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Herlina. Bad connection again, Ma'am Rusmi?
I think bad connection.
Yeah.
Sebentar ya Bapak Ibu ya. Silakan Miss Musdalifah, give reflection.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the time, Ma'am Rusmi and Mr. Sofyan. Maybe I will tell about my reflection in practice teaching PPL1 and the PPL2. Actually, I have the same problem when I do the PPL1 and PPL2, the bad connection and always, and the lamp is always turned off when I teaching in my class. So my PPT is not run well, ya, tidak bisa, PPT-nya jadi terputus-putus ketika saya mengajar. Tetapi but for all, I have made a preparation. I have made the PPT from the papers. Maybe the old model, ya, model lama itu yang PPT dibuat pakai kertas karton. Terus I have explained to the material to my student from the papers. So I put the paper into the whiteboard. Then I explain to my student the material. And then my device, ya, mungkin ketika itu I forget to unmute my device. So for the 15 minutes our lectures, Mr. Sofyan and Ma'am Rusmi didn't hear what I said to my students. But I'm really excited with my PPL2 because it's the more better than my PPL1. I think that's all for me, and I need the suggestion for all my friends here. Okay, thank you, Ma'am. Where is Ma'am Rusmi? There is no Ma'am Rusmi. Okay, thank you for all my friends and Mr. Sofyan. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss Musdalifah. That's same according to me, Miss Musdalifah.
Yes.
Yeah. You have tried to do your best, yeah, Miss Musdalifah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because of the implementation of learning practice is very important, Bapak Ibu. So I think it's better from use about another media ya Bapak Ibu ya. Tadi kalau Musdalifah tradisional ya, like tradisional
karena mengatasi lampu itu, Ma'am, yang mati hidup lagi ya, jalankan PPT mati, jalankan PPT
tapi,
mati.
Bisa digunakan real object ya Bapak Ibu ya, real object. Kemudian kalau saya menjelaskan tentang degrees comparison itu saya selalu menggunakan untuk yang kata sifat saya menggunakan anak-anak langsung ya Bapak Ibu. Tinggi, pendek, gemuk gitu. Ya kalau gemuk biasanya mereka tersinggung. Jangan nunggu gitu. Tapi sorry, this is just sentences ya, just make sentences. Not make about not bullying someone ya. I say like this. Tapi akhirnya mereka paham dan alhamdulillah ya Bapak Ibu, about media kita tidak boleh menyerah ya Bapak Ibu. Don't be hesitate about this media of the learning practice because everything we can do it like maybe like the Miss Musdalifah use about traditional, etc. Thank you very much, Miss Musdalifah. Any other comment? Any other comment? Maybe from Miss Nur Haida. You will give comment from Miss Musdalifah Reflection. Hello, Miss Nur Haida.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think this is so very glowing.
Iya, very glowing and very happy, ma'am.
Very happy. Miss Ila.
Karena udah diposting, ma'am, dia jadi artis di YouTube.
Iya. Oke. Dengan suara khasnya ya, dengan suara khas Bu Nur Haida from Pekanbaru ya, from Pekanbaru.
We are the same place, ma'am.
Same province.
Same province, yes, of course.
Can Miss Nur Haida ya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, it's time your Miss Nur Haida.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I will try to give a feedback for Miss Musdalifah. Okay. For the practice PPL 2, yeah, the last time. Same have the problem about electric.
Yes.
Yeah. So about the manual, yeah, because maybe we don't have electric for on focus for prepare our media. So it's good, yeah, to prepare for manual like the carton, yeah, like the paper, yeah, like me. Sometimes like that, yeah, because it's the situation in our place, yeah. Maybe in a big city like Jakarta or another place, maybe they never get the problem like ours, yeah, Miss Musdalifah.
Yes, of course.
That's same, ma'am.
Yeah, always that got that because sometimes electric and the signal is the problem, the big problem. Yeah, so it's good, yeah. If we cannot open the unfocus or PowerPoint, our media, we can prepare for the manual. Okay. Good. Actually, because because we must give the learning to our student.
Yes, material.
Yeah? In case ya dalam situasi ini ada listrik tidak ada listrik pembelajaran tetap berjalan like that.
Yeah, that's right. Never give up. Yeah.
Yes.
Never give up.
Yeah, and the problem sometimes, ma'am, like we like the last time with ma'am, like ma'am Rusmin, yeah. The first time I have the electric, yeah, problem, and tomorrow at the second day with Mr. Sofian. Mr. Sofian in my Zoom only 30 minutes. After that, we cannot again connection. But I lucky for me because I take for the camera, another camera, so can make a video like that, ma'am. Yeah. Okay.
That's enough. Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Nurhaida, for your comment. From another participant, maybe Miss Herlina, Miss Resti, yeah, from Miss Resti. How about this, Miss Musdalifah reflection, Miss?
Actually, all of us have done the great job. We try to do the best for our PPL or our teaching practice. So that's enough. Keep spirit.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Resti.
Yeah, Miss Rosmi, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, I hear. We hear Miss Resti voice ya Bapak Ibu ya.
Yes.
It's clear.
Yeah.
Clear.
I've said that.
Okay, I think that is about unstable connection from Miss Resti. From Miss Ila. Hello, Miss Ila.
Yes, Miss Musdalifah.
Give comment, please.
Yeah.
From Miss Musdalifah reflection.
Alhamdulillah ya, for the second PPL, you have full video ya, Miss ya?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Because I
semangat.
Ya, dibantu dengan 2 kameramen langsung.
Wih, keren.
Tuh kameramen.
Iya,
Keren.
kameramen.
Memang benar harus berusaha ya Bapak Ibu. To do the best ya.
And I can see your spirit, your effort to do your best in your video.
From RCTI.
Thank you.
From RCTI.
I think that's it, Miss Resmi.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ila. Bapak Ibu, I think there's Miss Novalia, Miss Rona, Miss Normaslia, and Miss Musdalifah. And the last maybe from Miss Nurhaida. That's right. Miss Nurhaida, would you give the reflection about your teacher learning on the second set of teacher practice learning?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for my friends to give me opportunity, for reflection about the PPL, second PPL. Yes, first PPL, I think since I don't have any problem for my teaching, for my signal, for my electric. So it's I have confidence to teach my student, using media on focus like that. The second practice, PPL, second PPL, I have the problem. So because the problem, I already prepare, I already prepare. I make the best for my performance, but because the electric off and the signal some lost, so make me not confidence. But I try I try to give good performance for my students. I try to transfer knowledge to my students using the media like that. So whatever happen, I try to continue until finish my lesson to my students like that. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you very much, Miss Nurhaida. Don't be nervous, Miss. Don't be nervous. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. From Miss Novalia, would you give a comment or maybe something? Yeah? Something to say about Miss Nurhaida reflection? Hello, Miss Novalia.
I'm so sorry, Miss. I am in the class. So I didn't follow. I'm so sorry, Miss. Yes.
Okay, from another participant, from Miss Rona. Miss Rona, are you still in the classroom? So my student wait me. I say, but wait me for 10 minutes. Because if I go to the classroom, I will unstable connection.
Yes,
so I still
I'm still in my
teacher.
classroom.
Okay. Would you give about a little comment from Mrs. Nurhaida reflection, Miss?
Okay. To Miss Nurhaida, I think I don't have a comment. I just want to say, each of us has a different problem. So to keep spirit, to solve our problem, to solve in our problem in our classroom. I think it's enough. I think it's
yeah. Thank you, Miss Rona.
Yes.
Mr. Hildes, the one and only of the man in the air. Oh yeah, sorry, Mr. Sofyan. Mr. Sofyan, maybe give about the suggestion or give about another comment. Hello, Mr. Sofyan. Oh no, yeah, just Mr. Hildes first. Mr. Hildes, please.
Okay, Rusmi. We have heard all of our friends' reflections, and the last Mrs. Rona, yeah, is Mrs. Rona? Yeah, Mrs. Rona. No, Mrs. Rona, Miss Nurhaida.
Yeah, Mrs. Nurhaida, and the last, Mrs. Nurhaida.
Yeah, that's a technical problem from Mrs. Nurhaida about the electrics. I think it's normal. Yeah, sometimes we cannot predict the condition of our learning process at the time. Like what I did last, I've tried to make a better preparation. I've made a trial for my preparation, but at the time of the condition when I try to make a better practice, what happens? Yeah, so the condition is happen like that. Okay, it's normal, I think, and good luck what you have done. I think it's good one for you. That's what I say. Thank you, Ma'am Rusmi.
Welcome, Mr. Hildes. Yeah, thank you very much, Bapak Ibu semua. I think that's all for today. That's finished about this reflection from all another participant. Ya, Bapak Ibu ya, sudah semua ya.
Ya, Bu.
Oh, Miss Herlina? Oh yeah, sorry, Miss Herlina.
Miss Herlina is the last one, I think.
Yeah, Miss Herlina is the last one. Sorry, I forget it. Sorry, Miss Herlina. I'm so sorry. Because Miss Ila, how about Miss Herlina? I'm forgetting about Miss Herlina. Halo, Miss Herlina.
Saya Bu, belum.
Jangan ngambek ya.
Iya. Nanti ngambek ya. Oke. Oke, please Miss Herlina.
Miss Herlina is the farthest far away.
I have already given a reflection, but talk about Nurhaida. Okay, you know, I believe.
No. Miss Herlina, this is about you, about yours, about your reflection, not from another participant.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you are the last one.
Okay. Yeah. My problem is that my it's so very nervous when I did my my PPL.
Always nervous.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Are you still nervous now, Miss
Yeah.
Herlina?
Yes, even.
Even though.
And then even I have a trouble, I got panic. So yeah. So I like Miss Haida say, we have a problem about electric. Yeah, we cannot handle. Yeah, when we had a trouble about that, then yeah. But I think Miss Haida, yeah, can handle it well. Yeah, yeah. Even I have a miss about the step of the of the teaching, what I should give, yeah, and how to manage a student, yeah, and then try to remember what should I do after next step, yeah. That but I think I can, I hope I did better in the second, practice dan rencana aksi 2. That's all. Ma'am Rusmi. Hello, Ma'am Rusmi.
Yeah, hello, Miss Herlina. Hello, Miss Herlina.
Yeah,
I'm sorry because my student asked me find about assessment from me because they wait me to enter the classroom. Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Herlina. Maybe we have about same problem, yeah. Miss Nurhaida say about the we say about maybe the technical problem ya Bapak Ibu ya, technical problemnya ada, kemudian bisa juga dari diri kita ya Bapak Ibu ya, from ourselves ya, dari diri kita sendiri pasti juga lebih banyak, and maybe from another student ya, maybe if we will ask the student, if we give information upon the student, we will about teaching practice ya, they don't know about this ya, bahkan menambah nervous ya Bapak Ibu ya, kadang-kadang dari tingkat siswa dan sebagainya. Ya Miss Nurhaida, yang kelas Miss Nurhaida itu hari kedua hanya 5 ya Pak? 7 student ya?
Iya Bu, karena hujan.
Only, this is about, I think not technique, but this is about the weather or situation ya. And that is about, tidak bisa kita predik ya, Mr. Hildas ya. We can predict about technical problem, etc.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Miss Herlina. But Miss Herlina still nervous.
Yeah.
But not with her husband. I think he's not nervous.
Oh no. Yeah. I think.
Miss Herlina, same province with me.
Oh, same. Miss Nurhaida not same province with Miss Musdalifah.
Ya, Herlina juga.
Oh, Miss Herlina, Miss Musdalifah, dia same province from Pekanbaru ya. Yes. Pekanbaru, Kepri, Kepulauan Riau ya.
Kepri.
Pekanbaru, Ma'am.
Kepri.
Kepri, Batam is the same.
Kepri, Batam. Oh, iya.
No, Provinsi Riau, Pak.
Provinsi Riau.
Pekanbaru, beda dengan Batam.
Oh, Miss Herlina Batam.
Ya, Batam. Kepri.
Oh, di Batam, Bu.
Iya.
Kepri itu Mem Nurhai. Kita yang satu provinsi.
Ya, Miss Neti ya.
Riau.
Dia udah memisahkan diri.
And then Miss Rona from Pekanbaru. Tuh ya, Miss Rona. Miss Ila from DKI, DKI BSD ya, Miss Ila. Miss Ila BSD Tangsel, Miss Nur Jakarta, Miss Novalia Jakarta Utara.
Iya, Jakut.
Jakarta. Jakarta, Jakut.
Yeah.
Oh no, North.
North.
Oh, North.
So we can meet sometime because we are in Jakarta.
Bed ya.
Reuni.
Meet up.
Minta apa? Yeah. Okay, and that's all. I think that's all for today. Mr. Hildes, what about this activity after that? What will I say?
I know. I mean the schedule. I mean tomorrow or today. Today is. I don't know. Is we
today
are
is
waiting for Mrs. Sofyan.
Yeah, today is reflection and tomorrow still reflection ya Bapak Ibu ya.
Yeah, still reflection.
And the third is about my apa namanya?
I think it's look like reflection ya. Kayaknya reflectionnya 3 hari deh, Mem.
Oh, reflection 3 hari. Yang terakhir yang ini ya Bapak Ibu ya, pembukaan untuk rencana apa ya?
Rencana tindak lanjut ya.
Iya, tindak lanjut. Iya, tindak lanjut.
Bukan
untuk
LK
ini ya.
3.1 ya.
Iya, betul. Yang ke ini.
Persiapan
betul ya Bapak Ibu ya. Untuk persiapan ke sini ya Bapak Ibu ya, refleksi kedua. Oh, sorry. Wait. I will make the LM.
Mr. Hildes bukan untuk best practice ya kita.
Iya, mungkin yang best practice kali terakhir itu.
Mengarah ke sana Bapak. Untuk pelaksanaan rencana aksi dan rencana evaluasi ya Bapak Ibu ya. Karena kita habis selesai learning practice kan kita masuk ke pelaksanaan rencana aksi 2.
Iya. Rencana aksi kan aksi 2 kan ini mungkin ya Mem. Atau yang itu yang wawasan kebangsaan itu ya akhir September ya.
Iya. Maybe we will see upon this schedule. Today is reflection of the teacher learning, of the second teacher learning Bapak Ibu. Nah sekarang ya kegiatan sekarang ya. 3 days. Unggah tagihan Bapak Ibu kan sudah mengunggah ini ya, kemudian editing and then penilaian produk ya. Produk pengantar refleksi praktek lapangan 2 Bapak Ibu. Hari ini sebenarnya baru pengantarnya Bapak Ibu. Kita baru pengantar refleksi.
Tapi sudah semua ya Mem.
Tapi sudah.
Sudah semangat kali tuh
sudah sangat semangat.
Besok bahas lagi.
Yeah, tomorrow don't forget to prepare about many reflection again.
Review Mem besok.
Yeah, because we will review one more ya Bapak Ibu ya.
Iya.
Mungkin yang sekarang belum ditulis-tulis bisa kita tambahkan kembali Bapak Ibu. Because this is just sharing ya Bapak Ibu. Yeah. Nanti untuk kita semua juga ya Bapak Ibu di apa namanya pelaksanaan
di kelas,
di kelas kita terutama kalau mengarah ke sini kayaknya ke best practice ya Bapak Ibu ya, tadi singgung Mr. Sofyan dari empat pelaksanaan sheet ini tuh which will the best of our activity atau apa namanya what is mean best practice?
Kalau nggak ada yang best gitu.
Best practice itu berarti kita menampilkan yang terbaik ya Mem. Yang buat tampilan baru lagi ya Mem. We have to make the last practice.
Kalau best practice itu saya sudah pernah buat Bapak Ibu, tapi itu maksudnya yang disebut dengan best practice adalah langkah baik ya, yang terbaik begitu ya. Dari solusi-solusi dari solusi-solusi yang kita laksanakan yang mana yang terbaik seperti itu. Langkah-langkahnya hampir sama dengan PTK ya Bapak Ibu ya, tapi bukan PTK. Nanti Bapak Ibu bisa browsing itu kalau untuk best practice banyak di media Bapak Ibu. Saya mencoba buat tapi tidak bagus.
Kita harus tampil lagi ya, sekali lagi ya best practice bukan.
Kalau best practice itu sepertinya secara keseluruhan Bapak Ibu, secara keseluruhan yang sudah kita praktek baik yang sudah kita laksanakan gitu. Praktek baik yang terbaik dari baik gitu ya.
Bukan tampil lagi ya Mem ya? Enggak, bukan tampil lagi ya Mem? Enggak ya?
Tampil lagi tapi kayaknya hanya sekedar di-combine gitu Pak. Ini kan Bapak menyampaikan seperti menyampaikan apa namanya pelaksanaannya itu pada saat itu pelaksanakan jadi potongan-potongan saja.
Ya, jadi dibuat yang lebih baik lagi.
Ya. Saya pernah membuat itu menggunakan waktu itu daring menggunakan apa ya? Asiknya belajar, saya buat judul itu asiknya belajar menggunakan WhatsApp. Dengan aplikasi WhatsApp karena kan dengan WhatsApp itu lebih gampang. Kenapa lebih gampang seperti itu? Saya buatnya seperti itu waktu itu. Tapi untuk ya dalam rangka Hari Guru, tapi saya tidak mendapatkan juara karena file saya tidak lengkap ya. File saya tidak lengkap, orang membuat video lebih bagus-bagus gitu ya. Jadi harus ada alasan ya kenapa sampai itu disebut terbaik. Hanya di sana sih hampir sama Bapak Ibu ke akar masalah juga gitu.
Tapi ini
masalah.
kita tampil dengan bikin video lagi ya, Mem ya, best practice ya.
Ya, best practice-nya video-video yang sudah ada mungkin Bapak Ibu bisa dipotong-potong nanti.
Oh.
Kan kami
Mem, itu best practice itu termasuk UKIN itu bukan ya, Mem? Beda lagi ya?
Beda.
UKIN beda lagi.
Ya,
UKIN berarti kita buat RPP lagi ya, Mem ya?
Enggak,
ya,
kayaknya enggak ada.
Boleh juga yang sudah ada, Bapak. Kalau UKIN. Memang nanti upload kalau mungkin kalau upload juga ya Bapak Ibu ya video dan RPP ya. Video dan RPP untuk UKIN. Don't worry
Don't be
Bapak
nervous.
Ibu. Ya, don't be nervous. Nanti akan dijelaskan oleh Mr. Sofyan secara lanjut. Because I'm afraid that it's not about I'm afraid make mistake about my explanation. This is just I think this is just only orally ya Bapak Ibu ya, orally. So, untuk kalau Bapak Ibu pengen lihat contoh-contohnya banyak di how to write about, how to make about best practice. Dan nanti apalagi Miss Ila udah banyak referensi Miss Ila.
Ya.
Miss Ila sudah banyak referensi, nanti bisa di-share ya Miss Ila ya.
Diwakilkan nanti Miss Ila, Mem.
Miss Ila.
Diwakilkan
Mr. Hildes, that is nearly 11 o'clock. But another, I think this is we will end this season. We will end this session.
We have to wait for Mr. Sofyan. Should we aim or I don't know, Ma'am. I think Ma'am Rusmi should contact Mr. Sofyan.
Oh yeah, wait. Sorry. Bentar Bapak Ibu. I will adjust my laptop. Where is my phone? Maybe we will discuss something, please. From Mr. Hildes, maybe we'll give about another announcement or etc. to another participant.
Mr. Hildes.
Yeah. Halo Mr. Sofyan. Halo. Halo Mr. Sofyan. No respon Bapak Ibu.
So, what should I do, ma'am?
Maybe we will end this meeting. Yeah.
We end this meeting. Without Mr. Sofyan, is it okay, ma'am?
Ya.
Gini, Mem, tempo hari waktu yang di Papua gimana ya? Waktu di
Sorong,
Mem Rusmi lab kan masuk Mr. Sofyan. Rusmi katanya gitu. Jadi saya juga ragu-ragu nih mau lab. Tahu masuk.
Aduh, kena marah.
Ingat nggak teman-teman?
Kena marah semua. Terus gimana
sih,
Pak?
Mem? Enggak. Dia live juga. Kok cuma nanya doang, Mem?
Cuma nanya aja, Mem Rusminya kok nggak ada.
Habis itu Mr. Sofyan keluar.
Oh, Bapak Ibu masih discuss ya?
Iya. Kita mau live, tahu Mr. Sofyan muncul. Ya, ini gimana nih, Mem? Kita selesaikan aja.
Ya Pak. Okay, ya. I think that's we finish about this season ya Bapak Ibu ya. Thank you very much from me, Bapak Ibu. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Ma'am Rusmi, Mr. Sofyan. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Where is Mr. Sofyan?
Hilda tutup doa.
I don't think so he can.
Still teaching.
You're us.
Teaching the new the new
generation
of PPG
Pak
Daljab.
Hilda lupa berdoa tutupnya.
Hilda, please close.
Okay,
this meeting with
everyone,
prayer,
we should end our meeting today. So let's make a praying for us. Okay. Doa untuk sama-sama ya, berdasarkan masing-masing. Doa kita mulai. Okay, finish everyone. Well, kita sudah selesai ya, members ya. Okay, should we leave?
Yes, we can leave. Thank you and see you tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, the same time, the same channel.
Thank you, all my friend, for helping me.
Okay, Miss Ila, Miss Novalia, the rest of us.
Thank you,
Good
Mr.
luck.
Hildas, for helping me
See
a
you
lot.
tomorrow in the same class. Yeah.
Oke, thank you so much. Waalaikumsalam. Izin live ya, teman-teman semuanya.
Live ya.
Ya, izin live, Bapak Ibu.
Ya, sama-sama izin live ya. Sorry.